Let's talk about the Big Brother 27 premiere. Overall, the more I watch, the more obsessed I get with this theme. I'm kind of mad I'm not a house guest because I feel like this whole theme in this house was just meant for me as a mystery girl. But here I am. I'm glad that we got to see pretty much all of the things during the episode. We got the masked person, we got the surprise house guest, we got the accomplice stuff, we saw the HOH competition happen, and it wasn't a cliffhanger on that. And speaking of HOH, Vince won, and I'm happy about that because I'm doing the draft and he's on my team. However, I do think that it was quite diabolical that only 4 people could play in the competition. I think they wanted to show a little scheming because they had to have the winner of one of the comps choose. But yeah, that was kind of wild. And I was surprised that a lot of people said that they'd rather not play. I understand not wanting to win the first HOH, but you can at least show that you want to play and want to compete and then just throw it if you don't want to win. I just hope that doesn't mean that we have a lot of passive players this season because that would be boring. I'm also fine with the BB Blockbuster. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but I was also fine with the AI Arena. Would I rather have live HOH competitions every week? Yes, but if this is the alternative, I'm fine with it. As for the twist, Rachel is officially back playing the game, and this feels kind of poetic for me personally because she was the first house guest I even knew about before I even watched the show. And while I have gone back and watched her seasons, this is the first time that I can watch a current season of her as it airs. I was confused on the accomplice stuff, but I think I understand it now. It just seems like they're playing a game of werewolf and they have to figure out who the werewolf is, and if they do, that person is out of the game. My initial gut guess was Zay because he's just kind of there and he didn't give much of anything in his interview, and then we find out everything about him during the episode. I know the masked person said that the accomplice helped them turn out the lights and everyone was trying to see who was standing by the light switch, and I went back and rewatched and they were all sitting down when the lights went out. And the only people that were away from the group when the lights came back on were Keanu and Eva. And so I think that doesn't really have anything to do with it. Maybe they pushed the button on the countdown because it looked like there was a button on there and that's how they did it. But yeah, that's just my guess. I also think that they figured out who it is because why else would the feeds not go up until after the episode on Sunday? And that person was found out and they're gone and they're just not gonna let us have the feeds until all of that is resolved. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I do wish that they were a little bit better in communicating the stuff that went with the twist because a lot of viewers were confused. But this season does feel promising. I'm cautiously optimistic, or I'm just cautious. I don't know. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments.